to get ready to realize just what I have found. I have been so much less than what I am. It's all clear to me now. My heart is on fire. My soul's like a wheel that's turning. My love is alive. My love is alive. There's something inside that's making me wiser. You know I keep it together. It's obvious now more than ever before is that truth and love are forever. My heart is on fire. My soul's like a wheel that's turning. My love is alive. My love is alive. There's a river that runs from your heart to mine, reflecting the light we shine so bright. So be one with that feeling. Let it go, let it flow. My heart is on fire. My soul's like a wheel that's turning. My love is alive. My love is alive. Well, I know it's time. Heart is on fire. Love is alive. Well, I know it's time. Heart is on fire. Love is alive. Well, I know it's time. 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 Truth and love are forever. Truth and love are forever. Well, I know it's time.
Test. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. And I am Charles. I'm a member of the board, and I try to do as much as I can around here. I try to help Rob out in the back, Ron out in the back, and try to help these guys with these morning announcements. This week's announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to have a loving energy space and just try to keep things in a very good place. So please fill up your coffee, tea, or water now so we cannot break the sacred space and atmosphere we are creating. And turn off those cell phones, okay? If I hear somebody's cell phone going off, I'm going to go ballistic up in here, okay? Turn them off right now. All right. Okay, so there's a men's and women's group. They meet today after service. Join Rev Rita and Rev Patrick for an intimate circle discussion. Always like getting everything off my chest with Rev Patrick, and you guys can do the same. With Rev Patrick, it'll be right across the street, correct? And then with... And a disclosed place, and of course, the ladies get to be all comfortable right here in the center, so good for you guys. There's a healing circle Wednesday, May 22nd, from 6:30 to 7:30. Experience deep meditation, music, and the Chamber of Prayer with CSL Kauai practitioners. I really can't wait for that. I need that. Also, New Thought meet and greet. Meet Barbara Marks Hubbard. It's going to be Thursday, May 23rd. Mark your calendars. That's why you can get your cell phones out to do that. All right, May 23rd, 6:30 to 8 p.m. Miss Barbara Marks Hubbard was an author, speaker, co-founder, and president of the Foundation for Conscious Evolution. Wow, and it's presented by the beautiful Marian Head here, Marianne, and her friend, and it was her friend and colleague. So there will be a 40-minute film presentation. I can't wait. And also, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Next Sunday, May 26th, there's the annual Memorial Day celebration. Now with this, you bring a flower for those you would like to remember as we build a beautiful love altar, honoring our loved ones and our friends who have made their transition over into the next realm or whatever you may believe. So once again, bring a flower next week, a flower for anyone that you want to remember. So it can be on our altar, and there will also be another, other part of the presentation. Definitely going to do it for my grandma, my brother, my aunts, so there's going to be like a big bouquet for me. But with you guys bring as many as you want. And also, please, there's so much more that's going on beyond Sundays here at CSL Kauai. So there's a flyer in there. Please look on the information table and in your programs for upcoming events and classes. Can't wait to see you guys everywhere, throughout this thing. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, our spiritual directors, Rev Rita and Rev Patrick.
Mahalo. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
You look
Welcome.
beautiful from where I'm standing, I'll tell you that much. So, welcome. We like to start every week off with a time to just take a moment or two to remember peace and to also remember that peace starts with ourselves. So we light our peace candle every week. So yes, let's just take a moment and just remember who we are, and that is peace. And so it is. This is in your program.
So beautiful. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Doug and Doreen. I just thank you.
We are blessed.
We are
We
so
are
blessed
blessed.
to have these beautiful artists and spiritual leaders in their own right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. I'm Rev Rita. This is Rev Patrick if you just walked in and you don't know who we are. And you are in a Center for Spiritual Living, which we practice the science of mind and spirit.
Yes, we do.
And I like to say otherwise known as quantum physics, because science is the new mysticism, and we were called religious science a long time ago. So we know that because we can prove the principle of life as our life right now. We know that God is all there is, life is all there is, source is all there is, and it moves through us. And we get to decide how we're going to allow it to move through us, how much of it we're going to allow it to move through us, but it's always there. So welcome, and I know today we're going to just lift that movement and bring it out and expand it.
Woohoo! And it really
I know, I'm in it.
So, and what that really means is it doesn't care really what you call it, because it's everything. So whatever your personal belief is, whatever it is, it's all good because we all share that quantum field. So here's the good part that I get to do. Who's here for the first time? Don't try to hide because I see your shells. There you go. There you go. I see. Well, here, I saw you on Facebook, but that's a whole nother story. Just saying. But here's the deal. We know something about you. And you're like, how could you? You've never met me. Well, we know something about you, and we're going to share it with you and share it with everyone. You ready? Ready? Everyone? Okay. You are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
And I know we're not telling you anything that you don't know, but I'm going to let you know how we found that out. It wasn't a personal phone call or anything. We found that out because we know that about ourselves. And when we know our own magnificence, we see the magnificence in everyone, everything, every place. It doesn't matter. It's God meeting God. So shall we say it together? I am magnificent. Now, if you think it's going to not get any better, it is. There's some people back there running sound, and then there's a camera. And here's the good news. If you thought that you were coming here and nobody would know that you're here, guess what? Filming. There it is right here, because we let the people on the mainland, we let the people that won't get out of bed until 8:45, and they're at home and they're watching us. We love you all, and we let you know who you are. Ready? You are magnificent. Now I'm exhausted. Just say to somebody next to you somewhere, just let them know who they are. They're magnificent. Yeah, that's it. You are magnificent. I know these two are magnificent.
Oh, magnificent. Woo, magnificent. You are magnificent. I never get to hug you anymore.
And
Yes, we have to get together.
all right, now let's get our magnificent feet up, and we're going to celebrate. A lot of energy for 9:10, isn't there?
I'm flowing.
You
I'm
ready?
positioning in the door.
Let's open this.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
Up on your feet.
Don't be afraid to move your bodies. Uh-oh.
Anything is possible when you believe. Anything is possible. Okay. Anything
We
is
just wanted to see if you were
possible
listening.
when you start over there.
You ready?
There's a reason.
Uh-oh.
It's God.
See Luke in here.
There we go.
Anything is possible when you believe. 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 Faith, now let's pray. Faith can make a mountain move when you believe. Woo! Again, faith can make a mountain move when you believe. Gonna make a miracle. We go. Gonna make a miracle when you believe. Gonna make a miracle in yourself, in yourself, in yourself, in yourself.
So what I know right here and right now is that we do indeed believe in ourselves. We also believe in a power that is running through each and every one of us. It needs no name because what did I say? It is all names. And that power, that miracle, that normicals are running through us right here and right now. We are celebrating one truth, and that is that each and every one of us is that power, is that thing called good, that thing called God. I'm not afraid to say it. I am God. I am good. I am great. I am this power, and each and every one of you are that same power. So let's just continue the celebration, shall we? Let's continue the celebration of love that is moving through this room, creating an atmosphere that doesn't stay in this room. It goes out into the ethers, out into the quantum field, and it touches everyone, everything, every place. That is how powerful the island of Kauai is. That is how powerful each and every one of us is. That is how powerful this music that is making Durain bounce to the point of just saying, say, and so it is, say it, and so it is.
Anything is possible when I believe. Anything is possible when I believe. They can make a mountain move when I believe. They can make a mountain move when I believe. There we go. Gonna make a miracle when I believe. That's what you do. Let me hear you sing. Gonna make a miracle when I believe. All right, in myself, that self that is God. In myself, in myself, in myself. I believe in me. I believe in you. When we believe in the power, there ain't nothing we can't do. There ain't nothing we can't do. There ain't nothing we can't do. There ain't nothing we can't do.
Woo! Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Kauai. Thank you, Durain and Doug, for setting the tone for meditation this morning.
Take that energy and bring it in.
Oh my goodness. So let's take that love that we're feeling right here and right now and just settle into our own selves, shall we? I'm Reverend Diane Decker, staff minister for Outreach. Boy, are we going to have some good things coming up in June. Tell you about that another time. And it's my great pleasure to do the meditation and treatment with you today. The Lighthouse Keeper. I thought about that all week. That's our theme for today. And I thought about Ernest Holmes' teachings about our faith being a light for others. And many religions teach this, that our faith lights the way for others to come after us. And he writes, "For our faith is ever the light on our way, making that way clearly visible to us, even when to all others there may be beset with obstacles and going rough. The light shed by our faith will light the way for others." And so in this time of conscious turning within, I invite you to consider that the light shed by your faith will light the way for others. Enjoy your time. For faith is ever the light on our way, making that way clearly visible to us, even when to others there are obstacles and the going rough. May our faith ever be the light. The light shed by our faith will light the way for others. Knowing that there is only one thing going on. There is only one presence, one power, one love. And it is moving in and through everything, seen and unseen, as the very light and love of God. And so I stand grounded in that, knowing that I am fully supported in all ways by this power, this presence, this light. That it moves me in everything I do and everything I say. Everywhere I go, I am infused in the light of God, and I carry it with me as my faith. Knowing this is true for me, I know this is true about each one here and within the sound of my voice. That power, that presence, that love lights the way for each person everywhere they go. Always divinely guided, guarded, and protected, we go out into the world and share what we know as beacons of light. As people of faith, we know the truth, and so we live the truth. And it moves in and through us as creative self-expression, right livelihood, and divine right order and activity in all of our affairs. It moves through us as the divine energy in every cell of our body. As we vibrate with the very energy of the divine, our bodies respond with perfect health. And as we know we are guided, we are in relationship with the divine as each one we encounter. And so the love of God beats our heart. The compassion of God guides our activities and our hands, and calls us forth into greater service in the world as love. I give thanks that right where we are, the divine flow of good, this divine energy is meeting every need in our lives. That we are centered in the giving and receiving of Spirit. And so all of our needs are met, pressed down and overflowing, and we live in that energy of having enough and more than enough, that any obstacle on our pathway is cleared away by our faith in this belief. Faith in this truth, not belief, but the truth that God is all there is, and it is moving in and through everything. And so I give thanks that the light that is shed here today, I give thanks for the light that has been spoken, I give thanks for the light that lights the way. And know that I know that it is done in each person's life according to the perfect plan for each one of us. So knowing that the word is spoken, that the law of mind and action takes this word and brings it forth, demonstrating it, manifesting it, calling it forth in the right and perfect way for each one of us, I release my word and I allow it. I allow it to shine in the light of others as a beacon to those around them. Please join me in sealing this prayer with, and so it is. Mahalo.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Diane. We can turn to our programs or look up at the...
This song was absolutely perfect for your prayer. So thank you for allowing us to go even deeper with music. There is one love. There is one power. There is one life eternal. God lives through me. There is one love. There is one power. Life eternal. There is one life eternal. God lives through me. I am that love. I am that love. I am that power. I am that power. I am that life. I am that life eternal. God lives through me. There is one love. There is one love. One power. There is one power. Life eternal. There is one life eternal. God lives through me. I am that love. I am, you are, we are. I am that power. I am, you are, we are. I am that life eternal. God lives through me. God lives through me. God lives through me. God lives through me. God lives through me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mahalo, everyone. So, as Jonathan is getting ready for me, I will read you a poem. Dark, dark comes the night. Time to turn on the light. Tread, tread up the stairs goes the keeper with his or her wares. Snip, snip, he trims the wick, stirs the oil clear and thick. Strike, strike goes the match. Fire on the wick does catch. Glimmer, glimmer, spark takes hold of the wick, so pale and cold. Flame, flame burns the oil. All night long it will not spoil. Flash, flash, the beacon warns. Beware of rocks, beware of storms. So, I want to dedicate this song to the practitioners of CSL Kauai and what they do for us. I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you will always burn. I know you're lost and drifting, but the clouds are lifting. Don't give up, you have somewhere to turn. A cold and friendless tide has found you. Don't let the stormy darkness pull you down. I'll paint a ray of hope around you, circling in the air, lighted by a prayer. I'll be your candle on the water. This flame inside of me will grow. Keep holding on, you'll make it. Here's my hand, so take it. Look for me, teaching how to show, as sure as rivers flow. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. I'll be your candle on the water. Yeah, when we came up with this idea of the lighthouse and the lighthouse keeper, I couldn't help but think of practitioners of this science of mind and spirit who hold the light and hold the consciousness in the center and are consciousness on demand at any time that we need them. That's what I've dedicated my life to. I might be a minister, but my first calling is to be a practitioner and to hold the light in this world. And so I just realized that my talk is not here. Oh, there. Patrick's talk is here, but my talk is not here. But that's okay, because I know what I want to say. That is really weird. What happened to it? Oh, that is really strange. No, it's all right. I think your talk is my talk anyway. But yeah. So, that's so strange. But anyway, so, okay. Everybody's familiar. Maybe they're not. I don't know. We live on an island. We don't have we do have a lighthouse here, right? It's not working. A very famous lighthouse. I was going to say we don't, but I don't think it has a light in it, does it? Oh, wow. All right. So little do I know about this Kauai lighthouse. I was so fixated on all the other lighthouses in the world but anyway. Back in the old days, like in my poem, there was a lighthouse keeper, and he or she, and I guess there were some she's, were responsible for tending and caring for the lighthouse, right? And if you recognize the song I sang, it was from the original Pete's Dragon that was put out in 1977, and Helen Reddy sang it as she was standing on the top of the lighthouse, waiting for her husband lover to come back, and everybody else said he was lost at sea, but she knew it, and she was keeping that light burning. So that's what the lighthouse keeper does, right? He keeps the light burning. So why I'm less likening it to practitioners, because that's what we do. We keep the light burning for everyone. At least that's what we're supposed to be doing, which means we have to keep our consciousness burning at all times. But the truth of the matter is, and I really want you to get this today, is that we are all light keepers. We are all light keepers. The only time we ever need a practitioner is when we feel like the light has dimmed somehow and we just can't get it lit. But you want to know? The reason it works is because it is always lit. We're just not seeing it. It's like the sun's always shining and the clouds are blocking it, but the sun's still there, right? So when we're going through something in our life, the truth is always there. We've just happened to have clouded it with something else that's not true. It's not true. It might be a reality and that it's being experienced, but that's just what it is, an experience. And as I know of all experiences, they are journeys back to ourselves. And that is what we do as practitioners. We bring our clients, our people we work with, back to themselves. And that's what we do as friends, right? We bring people back to themselves. We don't tell them what to do. We just remind them of who and what they are. So see, we're all light keepers. There's no escaping it. So sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes, I mean, I'm talking for myself, but sometimes the light does get a little dim, right? And we go, okay, what do I need to do now? You know, it's interesting. I've been doing my, in my meditations this week, I've been keeping my journal next to me, and I've just been asking, what do I need to do right now or to be right now in order to bless this world with this beautiful teaching of the science of mind and spirit that reminds people who they are. And what I got back so clear, and every time I asked, is, as Greg Braden says, when your heart speaks to you, it's quiet, and it's one word or two words or no more than a sentence. It doesn't go into a long dirge about, you know, what you should and shouldn't be doing. When your heart speaks, it's clear. We might not want to hear that, but it's clear. So when I asked that question, what is mine to do? And I got real quiet, and the voice just said, use it. Use it, Rita. Use this science and prove it. That is the only thing I can do. I can't change another person. When we try to change another person or help them because we think we know better, or we think that that we're going to be able to give them something better, or we just want them to be different, it doesn't work. I know we can all identify with that. It just makes us tired. It makes us tired. But if we become these beacons of light, these using it, Rita, use it, then it happens. I know, I've seen it in my own life with people that don't even know what I practice, don't even know what I'm doing here on this island, don't even know that there's all of you sitting out here actually listening to me, don't even know all that, and yet they see something different about me because my life is changing and I'm using it. So I encourage and invite all of us to let our life be used. Use the principles of, the best one is the principle of joy, is following our joy. If we could follow our joy, our light would be so strong all the time. Sometimes we are told that that's not good, like, you should be doing this or you should be doing that, a world full of shoulds. But there is a joy within each of us that's ignited, a life force within each of us that's ignited by the things that we love, the passions that we have, the people we love to be around. There's something surging in us, and we know what that is. And if we would follow that joy, no matter what anyone else tells us, I'm telling you, our lives would turn around and we would shift this planet. It's coming to that point in this earth, whatever we are living right now, this earth consciousness, this conscious 3D consciousness, where this is so important now. I remember when so much, because I was a teacher at one time, parents telling their kids, you got to do this, you got to make money, don't do that, you need money. I even hear my own, people in my own sphere, I won't mention any names, saying the same thing, just saying, can you make a living at that? Now, this is all good and everything, but why dim the light? Like, why dim the light? And so we might have been told those same things, but the beautiful part is it's never too late. It's never too late to shine our light. It's never too late. We're never too old, right? I always look at you because you're sitting right in front of me, and you're my inspiration, Ruth Doobie. It's never too late to start all over. It's never too late. It's never too late. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you have no money. I don't care about any of that, because it's never too late to start all over. And there's people in this very room who I know have started all over. Mine being one of them. I started over at 60. That's old. And everybody thought I was crazy. But I started all over because I had to shine my light. I followed my joy. And we all have that opportunity. And I had no money at the time. I didn't have much. I just followed it, and the universe backed me 100% of the way because I believed it. That's the other thing, like the first song said, if you don't believe in yourself, you better start there. Don't just go swinging out on a tree thinking you can quit your job and do all this stuff because you want to follow your joy, but you don't believe it. I've done that too. So the truth of the matter is, we are all lights. if we'll follow our joy, we're going to see a shift. It's already happening. I have this strange, idea, because I see all the turmoil in the world, and I see people giving up, and I see people living in fear about things and stuff. And what I really feel is that there's something happening where there's a consciousness lifting, and there's a consciousness that's still down here, okay? Not hateful, sometimes angry and hateful and stuff, but the real truth is they don't know who they are. They don't know that this is possible. And so they're staying on that 3D reality, and they're staying fixated on the outside and trying to fix things on the outside. And there's this other consciousness that knows that it's not that way, that it's love, and that it's the power of the presence of God, light, love, source, quantum field, whatever you want to call it, that's moving through us, that's allowing this planet to lift. And I don't know about you, but I feel I live in a different reality than a lot of that. And that's good. And I know it's easy to get sucked back into it. And the one thing that sucks us back in is the fear. But we don't have to be afraid, because we are lights. We are light. Nothing could really ever happen to us, because we're just shifting and expanding and moving in consciousness into another dimension, which is right here. We don't even have to go anyplace for it. It's here. So my invitation today is to nurture your light, just like the light keeper, trimmed the wicks back in the old days, and to make sure the candle burned brightly, that we trim our wicks and get rid of all the caca, I always say, the caca, whatever it's called, that stands in our way, the old beliefs that don't serve us anymore, the beliefs that we know are not true anymore, but we keep holding on to them because, we're programmed, guys. We're programmed. I've told you that a million times. So, and instead, in its place, to follow that joy, to follow that love, and let it take you. Don't look for things or proof of it or anything. Just follow it. And what's going to happen is it's going to meet you on the road of your joy. It's going to meet you on the road of your light. That's what I know. And so I just say, and so it is. So it is.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the joys each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or how. You don't have to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile.
Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing
You are amazing. Okay, I'm going to let you in on a little inside joke. Well, it won't be inside anymore, it'll be public. But this whole idea of lighthouses, we have a sacred journey that we do every year, and the committee said, "Oh, let's go to the lighthouse." And then I did not respond. Everybody thought that was a grand idea. And then I thought it may not be as grand as everyone else thought it was, because I said, and I will be quite authentic and out there for you, I said, it's a little boring. Doesn't matter if you agree with me, that's what I said. And I thought, because I never really got into this whole lighthouse thing until we do a talk. I told Rita, I said, Rita, this is such an education. I paid all that money to go to college, and every week I get education that you would not believe. And this week, I really, really got the idea of the lighthouse. And I was asked from this wonderful, wonderful teacher facilitator that was on the internet that said, why don't you think about what can a lighthouse teach you? And I went, I wish I had thought of that. And so I just kind of played with that whole idea. And I'm just going to let you know, it taught me a lot. And lighthouses are no longer boring in Patrick's life. There you go. I'm easy to change, kind of. So here's the deal. So here's a wonderful little quote. It's said in many, many different ways, but it says, a lighthouse doesn't save the ships. It doesn't go out and rescue them. It's just this pillar that helps to guide people home. A lighthouse doesn't save the ships. It doesn't go out and rescue them. It's just this pillar that helps to guide people home. And I thought, wow. That's how important, that's how on purpose we all are, but how on purpose this thing called a lighthouse, and that we are the lighthouse, we are the lighthouse keeper, and then we're also that ship, that boat that sometimes finds itself out in very turbulent waters of doubt and fear and doubt and fear. And you find yourself out there. Have you ever been there? Anyone ever been there? Have you ever found yourself in a sea of depression, a sea of anxiety? Wow. Nobody in this room, but I'm going to tell you something. I've been to that rodeo before, and I'm going to tell you that just because I can't see that light from the lighthouse, It doesn't mean it's not there. Just because I cannot see that light while I'm out there in the fog and the haze and the fear doesn't mean that that light is not there. So I thought, how am I like a lighthouse? As he stands even taller as he speaks. I have a tendency in the past, up until now, that we think that in order to help somebody, we have to go fix them, as Rita was saying. That we have to go let them in on the good word. Let them know if they only did this, then this would occur. If they did this, this would be happening. Have you ever been there too? And there's an obligation. It kind of makes you feel like when somebody comes to you in those waters of doubt and fear and all of the stuff that goes with it, there is a part of us that wants to help them, to fix them. And here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with helping. I mean, our whole center is based on volunteers. There's nothing wrong with helping our family. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with loaning or give. Well, don't worry about loaning people money. Either just give it to them or forget about it because that whole loan thing. Anyway, I digressed. My lighthouse went on just then. So this is how it goes. Since we're on the topic, this is how we're going to talk about it. If somebody needs something and they need some money, oh, please, just give it to them. And just let them be that light. I always amazed when somebody gives the homeless, or the home free, as we call them on Kauai, a home free. I've had people in New York especially, yeah, I gave this guy $20. I followed him to see what he was going to do with it. And I'm going, that kind of lighthouse we don't need. That kind of shining your light on somebody, you're going to give $20, go like this and walk ahead, man. That's what it is. So how did I digress? Because I always do. The boats and people trust the lighthouse is there for them, guiding them by shining its light so bright that the ships may fulfill their purpose. They may fulfill their purpose. And that's what I know about the light that shines within all of us. I believe, from getting so involved in my lighthouses this week, I believe that we've all come here for that one reason. To hold the light. To teach the light. To be the light. And it is never dark, even in its darkest hours, my friends. The last couple of weeks I have experienced a lot of my brothers and sisters all around looking at life from a little dimmer light. And that's okay. That's when I become the pillar of light. The pillar that can stand there. And here's what can really, really, really benefit. When you're a light, it has no words. When you're a light, sometimes we just need to sit in the dark with someone when they're going through it. And that includes ourself. Being the self-love king that I am. I also have realized this week about this idea of the light and the light keeper, that there is a keeper of the light that is even bigger than the lights we're keeping, if you can imagine that. That's the thing we get to depend on. And that's that thing we talk about every week, the power, the source. Every moment we can depend on that. And sometimes I ask myself, why? Why do I forget? Why do I forget that I came here as a light being? Why do I forget? Because nobody in this room. We get so caught up in the form that we have forgotten that we are energy. Pure light. If that light was shining, if I truly, and you know I am perfect, just in case any of you would like to know that, that light would be so bright within me, that light that has never been touched by anything, that every single dis-ease would be healed instantaneously. Hear me. Everything would be healed immediately. Finances, finding homes, which is very popular on this island, by the way. Looking for a place, a safe space. But until I can find that safe space within me, I'll still be searching. I'll still be seeking. I'll still be waiting for one of you to tell me how it's going to be, to help me. And I've been there. My dear mother, who's on her own journey now, there's many times that I spiritually said to my mother, help me, help me. And I bless that. So I want to just talk for a moment about the idea of CSL Kauai and that we are a lighthouse, that we have been called many names. Well, we have been called many things. Loving is right where it is. You know, I'm having these little space outs, and it's really beautiful because it's like downloading some new information here. Today's got some great energy in this room, but I just want to let you know that CSL Kauai is not just a place where everybody gets together on Sunday. We do get together, but it's more than that. And this is what I'm going to do the 411 on for everyone, just because it's not even here. My mission, my purpose, my light has come here so that I can be this example of a light that can help others light their way. And not just in this room, but in every room, in every place that we go, no matter what is in front of us, that we can handle it because there's an inner light. There's a lighthouse that is constantly shining its light. And just because I don't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. And I came here, we came here by divine light to set up this atmosphere that all of you could have a place to get to know one another so that you can further yourselves, your music, your gifts, your light. Does that make sense? And sometimes, and then if you wanted some more because you didn't ask, here's the deal. This light is about this teaching. This light means more to me, this idea, this beautiful man, Ernest Holmes, who synthesized everything so you wouldn't get caught in some little rut. That dared to say, I am God. That had the audacity to say that this is form, and underneath this form is energy. That had the audacity to say, we are healers. We are light keepers. That had the audacity to say, get out of form for 5 seconds and live in spirit. That's what it's about. And how easily we can forget. We walk out these doors and we walk into the world of conditions, and we all know that if anyone has ever been through anything, especially a dis-ease that somebody said had the look, you know, like there's that diagnosis. And light came in and said, no, I've got another plan. I'm going to light every single cell of your body. We are lit with over in billions of trillions of cells that work only for you. Did you know that? You talk about employees. And here's the deal. I'm about ready to bounce. I can feel it. But here's the deal. Here's the deal about that. It sounds so beautiful. And we go, oh, wow, that's really powerful. No, it's the truth. So here's the deal. That little baby running across that floor back there, she's got trillions of cells running through her. So when I get scared, I ask myself, Patrick, where would you possibly be afraid when we have trillions of light cells going through our bodies and all of our bodies, our ethereal bodies? What would we possibly be afraid of? I want to get to that point. I did a funeral. Well, I didn't actually do a funeral. I did. Many of you know that our neighbor across the street passed away. And they asked me to do the eulogy, well, because they don't know us, but we ended up doing it at the Catholic Church, St. Catherine's. But I know, right? It's like, wow. All my altar boy stuff all came running back to me. I was like, oh, there's the Father. I even remembered how to do it. But anyway, I digress. We don't have to do that here. We hold our hearts a lot, though. But this is what the daughter said about him that I read for him, and this is where I think that our evolution is going to. He was very sick, and she asked, Dad, are you afraid? It's not afraid to, we cannot be afraid to ask the question, are you afraid? It's okay. This philosophy way of life isn't about, oh, there's Patrick, don't mention you have a cold. Oh, you laugh, but I see it. How you doing, Patrick? How you doing? Oh, fine. My throat's throbbing, but I'm in a great place. So this is what she said, our little girl said to her daddy. Are you afraid, Daddy? And he said, of what? He had a couple days and he left after that, and they all knew that he was leaving. Are you afraid, Daddy? Of what? We are eternal. I know, right? We are eternal. And I know that none of you want me to go anywhere or any of us to go anywhere. But this ain't it, kids. This ain't it. But boy, does it feel like it is. Especially when you're going through something. It feels big time, full-time job, man. It's a good day in the neighborhood, by the way. It is a good day in the neighborhood. And if you're here for the first time, what do you think? Just curious. But if anyone knows me, they know that, unless you have something good to say about me, say it behind my back. So here's the deal. I'm going to end with this beautiful quote. Oh, you know what? I love me. I do. I love me. And I would just invite all of you to spend a little more time in that love affair. That's my closing. Spend a little time having a love affair with yourself. Whew. You will be the best lovers for everyone else in the world when you do that. Yes. Hell with that quote. That was a better one, don't you think? Yeah. That's how I operate. That's how I'm inviting us all to operate. I can't get away from the idea that the only teaching that there has ever been is to love yourself. It would make a very short talk, and you know how much I would not enjoy that. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I love you. I love this lady who shares my incredible journey with me. And I love you not because you don't have problems. I love you because all of us are lights in order to work through those. So we're going to end with this. I pledge allegiance. No, we're going to end with this. I love me. I can't help it. Okay, you ready? Put your hands on your heart. And really take some time, because you have no idea what I'm going to say. So you just be there with that in this undefined moment and hold your heart. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And so it is. Mahalo.
Come on up. All right. So it's our time. Thank you, everyone. for this beautiful time we've had together. It is so amazing. Thank you for that song, too. That was beautiful. Yeah, it's our time of giving, and thank you so much in advance from Center for Spiritual Living Kauai for the gifts that come here from abroad and in this room and all over the place, and it assists us to take this teaching out into the world and to nurture and nourish others. And 10% of what you give here goes out into the world also as gifts to our community here in Kauai and out to the greater world out there, far away. All right, wherever we see fit to send it. So thank you for that. So let's turn to our programs and read our affirmation. All right, are you ready? I think you have it up there.
There you go.
I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing that gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life and the world. And so it is. And so I just give great mahalo for all the gifts in this basket, in this room, all the beautiful energy, for all those afar who give to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. I know this donation, this energy of money in action is God in action, and that it goes out to heal, prosper, and bless this island and out further into the world. I just know it is, and comes back to everyone here as that energy of love and abundance. And I know it is, and I just claim it as so as we affirm together, and so it is. Thank you. So I think we have Janice here. Do you have children today? No children? Whoa, well, come up anyway. Oh, there's one. There's Grace.
I have no problem acting like a child.
We'll bring Grace up.
Look at you.
This is Grace. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Grace.
Yay, we'll give you our blessing.
Grace.
Yeah. Grace and Denise. Anyway,
Shall we?
well, you know, this lady here, she has held consciousness for the children of this center since the day we opened our doors, pretty much. Yeah, you like my bracelet? Whether there's been kids here or not, she's held that consciousness. Thank you, Janice. And so let's just give Grace our blessing, all right? You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Woo! Yay! She liked it. All right, thank you. Yay, I love it. You too. Beautiful, thank you. Oh, that was so cute. Okay, so
Melts your heart, doesn't
all
it?
the practitioners that are going to serve today, please come on up and join us.
One thing I do want before we forget it is, and he does not like recognition, so that's why I'm going to give it to him. But Glenn Head, thank you for coming in yesterday after I bowled a 134 with everyone. After all that tired bowling we all were, and he came and he did our carpets for us, and shampooed them. So there you go. Mahalo, mahalo.
Yes, can I say one more thing?
About my
I
bowling?
want to congratulate
Oh.
a certain person that's here today that is
I do.
the first member of the center. Please stand. Katie Welch, who after a long, incredible journey got her master's degree.
Oh. Our little girl is all grown up, and her other parents are right next to her. So congratulations.
Yeah, she literally is the first member of our center, other than us.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, I was talking about the practitioners. So they're here to know truth for you. If you've forgotten something or you're sitting in a little fear or anything like that, just come up and have a spiritual mind treatment and let them know the truth for you. Let them be your beacon of light. Let them be your light keeper and open that light channel within you. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, practitioners. And I think we're ready to go ahead and close. And we did good.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stand
we're
up.
going to stand. I was just looking over at Luis because since we have a moment just to say thank you, Luis, and we didn't miss you, who bowled the 138 yesterday. But anyway. Because I can.
Got a good minute.
I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows up. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows up. We are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place where God shows up. We are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place where God shows up.
So what I know right here and right now is, yes, we are a place where God shows up, each of us, and we have showed up today, and we have lifted the consciousness of this planet by just showing up today and being ourselves. And I know that, and I claim that, and I give great thanks for it. And I give special thanks for the light keepers of CSL Kauai today, Charles, Angela, Maureen, Anna, Reverend Diane, Rob, and Jonathan, Peggy, Emma, Ron Stover and his team, Arlena, no, not Arlena, yes, Arlena, no, I don't know, but definitely Loya, Doreen and Doug, Luis, yes, Doreen, Doug, Luis, Sue Buckley, Donna, everyone here today. If I've forgotten anybody, please forgive me and just tell me later. And so I know that everything that happened here today happened on divine appointment, and we are here for a purpose, and that purpose is to shine our light. So I know that we take that light, we shine it bright, and we bring it out into the world from here and shine it even brighter. And so I'm blessed and blessed and blessed, and I say mahalo as we affirm together, and so it